You are standing at a delta point. Let me go ahead and explain what this means. Something that was previously withheld from your energy is finally being released to the world. I'm going to open up with this and then we're really going to dissect it and get into it. So, solar flares. Solar flares talks about a tipping point before a loss of stability. So what was held back was a wave, because we have tidal force. And as it's released, I'm seeing this as tsunami energy. You know, tsunami is something that is huge. It's a huge, I'm hearing influx coming in your energy. But yeah, something is finally being revealed to the world, and it feels like an octave within yourself. It's like you're stretching beyond a familiar version of you, and it's now becoming something that is unfamiliar to you. It's almost as if you've gotten a taste of what this new field looks like. And it definitely is a new field within you, and a new field of opportunities and potential realities of what your life on earth could be or could become. But delta is a point of change. When we talk about delta, it's where currents split and new paths are born. And I'm seeing you stand at a delta moment right now. I'm going to go ahead and read solar flares for you. We have so much to talk about today. This has been withheld, okay? And then we have creative fire, which I'm going to go ahead and read as well. I'm super excited. And 𝓤𝓙𝓛𝓵 Council, which is all fire card energy. So it definitely feels like you're embodying the fire horse, which we are stepping into. And then you also have creative fire as well. The central sun, which is another fire energy. So this is you really stepping into your power. Delta is forward movement. It's not movement outwardly, so much. It's more about something that's beyond linear time. It's where your consciousness is being sent beyond the third dimension. You're retrieving back this information, and then you're actually anchoring that knowledge into how it is that you choose to navigate this realm. So again, it's otherworldly knowledge. It's knowledge that is existing beyond space and time, essentially, and it's beyond trial and error at this stage in your life. It's almost as if you know exactly what's needed at this stage of your evolution. There is this innate intelligence within you that is guiding your path, and with all this light energy, it feels like there's an eternal light that is showing you not just the way forth, but also what no longer feels consistent or aligned with who you are versus whom you've been. You know, that's what I'm seeing. It's a reintroduction that's leading to this speed, right? This rapid acceleration of events that's unfolding in your life, being guided through the awareness of what's conducive for you, the awareness of what is going to nourish you at this stage of your journey and not deplete you. You're not acting off of impulse. You're acting from a place of deep, innate knowing, deep, innate intuition. So let me go ahead and read solar flares. We have so much to talk about. So delta consciousness is you no longer walking just one path at a time. Instead, you're perceiving many worlds at once. That's what it is, because if you guys don't know, delta is like the sixth dimension, essentially. They're self-organized systems. And this is where you're not choosing blindly and you're not learning through friction, but instead you're directly selecting the timelines that you want to be able to experience from this ocean of outcomes that's readily available for you. The fire horse doesn't choose to test every single road. Again, you're not in a season of trial and error. I feel like you understand that you can intuitively feel into the, for example, sequence of events that would unfold had you chosen to say yes to this thing, right? It's like you can feel into what that timeline would be. You can anchor back that information into the present moment and choose whether that feels congruent with what it is that you want to experience. I'm just seeing that it's like you're feeling into different potential timelines at this stage of your life. It feels like you're timeline surfing, and you're surfing through the illusion of time, and you're placing yourself in the outcome of the event before the linear unfoldment, and you're selectively deciding what choice you want to make, and you're deciding how you want to apply your free will. Okay, so yeah, this is recognizing the right course and also not the wrong course, but what feels aligned and what feels not so aligned with you. Delta is an interface. It's where the divine meets the physical, essentially. It's where higher dimensions of time begin to touch the human field, and your body remains in the 3D, but your choice point does not, right? You send your consciousness beyond linear time. You're placing yourself into a future outcome before it unfolds in the physical, and you're deciding if that's a timeline that you want to physically align yourself with, because it's your action that will actually collapse that timeline into your field, into your physical experience. The interface is your lived experience. It talks about the three-dimensional life has a lag time between intention and also action, between the choice that you make and the result that will happen. And I'm hearing the aftermath of something, and I'm seeing you make a decision that's going to lead to an aftermath, if you will, but there's almost like a precursor that you're receiving, or some type of glimpse into your destiny or possible destiny before it unfolds. And I'm seeing you anchor that future into the present moment by aligning yourself with that specific trajectory, right, with that continuum. And the fire horse is in essence actually collapses that delay. So things are manifesting for you now faster than ever. Most people live inside that delay of constant delaying or reacting or correcting or repeating, and you're choosing something different. Okay, so from Delta awareness, you sense alignment before you move, right? It's like you're sensing what feels aligned with you before you take action in the physical. And I feel like that's why you've been holding back until you knew the right move to make. So I feel like this is a confirmation reading for you that this is the right move to make. Don't sleep on this opportunity, because I just got a bedtime reminder. So tipping point before a loss of stability. Flares are characterized by emotions with a lot of sudden energy. They release unexpectedly a large amount of energy that was previously withheld. This event is both a double-edged sword and a direct turning point. As we know, the sun's energy, when moved in large quantities and acted upon, can be an ideal combination to start projects, make decisions with direct action, and find yourself standing in an entirely active point. If well managed, it generates beauty, enthusiasm, color of the auroras, which is this magical event that takes place in the night sky. And it talks about flares are known as large energy events, and if the when to stop is not considered, they can be explosive, and you can also implode. So this feels like a channel. It feels like you're channeling your energy towards a very specific trajectory. Your creative spark is actually kinetic energy when supported with action. There is this momentum that's created in the field, this velocity, and it feels like a wave that you're going to be riding. So some type of action that you're taking in the now is going to make the unfoldment of something feel like this effortless flow. That's what I'm seeing, something that you're generating. I'm seeing the word generating. It could be generating income, maybe it's generating something that you're creating in this existence, but it feels like you're generating a new realm for yourself to kind of play and create in as well. So this talks about there's no time to action the inaction. This is integrating the feminine force, which is your intuition, and the masculine, which is how you're choosing to honor your intuition through the things that you do, through the action that you take in this realm. And with tidal force, again, this is something that was withheld that is now being released, and it's coming full throttle. This is definitely coming full throttle for you. From Delta awareness, you sense alignment before you move, and that's why you have this message. Again, don't sleep on this. 𝓤𝓻𝓪𝓷𝓽 Galactic Council. This basically talks about it's time to answer the call, right? It's time to shine, especially if you've been repressing or suppressing something, and it feels like something that you're ready to unleash to the world, or something that you're ready to release or send out there. And you don't need to experience every outcome. Right now, it's just focusing on what one feels true for you. What is your intention as you release this thing? You recognize that resonance. This is choosing without collapsing through struggle. Instead, you're focusing on it as this essence of play. So 𝓤𝓻𝓪𝓷𝓬 Galactic Council talks about cosmic beings who are similar to angels that come from the planet Venus. 𝓤𝓻 energy is what aligns with our values oftentimes. What feels like it will be more beautiful for the soul having a human experience. So this also talks about guides that you're able to work with. If you're drawn towards this information or strongly connected to the star people, there's a good chance that there's many extraterrestrial beings surrounding you. This talks about you being connected with the 𝓤𝓻𝓪𝓷𝓬 Galactic Council, and there's no set way of working with them, but they'll often come to you through sleep or meditation. And the other energy that I'm seeing is the photons that are being released from the sun, especially here with the central sun. The central sun is it is a dome, and it's our main domain, and it's a portal into all dimensional fields and other realities. So I'm seeing this as a domain that's opening up for you as you become confident in this action that you're taking. And it's because you're finding safety within. Before the outcome, you're finding safety in the journey, and even before the journey starts for you. And it feels like you're about to step across the starting line right now, with the feeling of how great this will be across the finish line. It's like you're starting something that you know you're going to finish. And some of you are finishing also something that you had started as well. When we also talk about many photons that you can receive from the sun, so this is information, it can actually open up this portal, especially when collected. So it feels like something that's been amplified in your field, and it leads to a great acceleration of events. So wormhole, something that happens much faster, especially from an outside perspective, from what it would take usually. This is a call to action. You're being asked to step up and create the changes that you want to see in the world. You have a reason for being here, and you have the potential to inspire, support, and heal your corner of the world. Don't let this information scare you or overwhelm you, for you're being prepared energetically to step into this role. The ideas that you've been having recently are divine downloads. You aren't being called to make dramatic changes to your life. Simply move forward step by step. The 𝓤𝓻𝓭𝓪𝓷𝓬𝓮 𝓣𝓪𝓬 will reveal more information to support you. Be aware of the downloads of information and spiritual signs for their confirmation that you're on the right path. So this is going to be a huge confirmation reading for you. You can even think of it like this. Most people drive through the fog and they can take turns one by one, hoping that they'll choose something correctly. But Delta is a moment that you rise above the fog, right? You rise above what it is that your current circumstances seem to be. And instead of lowering your vision to the height of your belief systems, if you can raise your frequency to the height of your vision or your dream, then that's going to be a completely different way that you'll experience the journey to that completion point. So Delta is rising above that fog. It's a moment that you begin to actually see the entire map at once, every road, every destination, and then you descend only when you intend to arrive. You step across this starting line knowing that you've already finished, and you get to experience the becoming of an event that has already come to be, right? Is already existing for you. So the fire horse energy, it doesn't wander. It's something that navigates, right? It navigates new terrain. So from this interface that you're using, you're selectively collapsing the reality that you desire, not unconsciously or not reactively, but deliberately. Delta is mastering timing, not controlling the outcome of something. And that's what I'm seeing. There's something that's been divinely timed in your field. Now, when we talk about the central sun, this is washing away anything that's been disrupting or distorting the way that you see yourself as a creature in this realm. And instead, it's actually inviting you to reveal this more sacred and aligned you, the one that trusts themselves, knowing that they will indeed finish whatever it is that they start in this existence. So you'll arrive exactly where it is that you choose. And it's because you learn how to choose before you move towards something. And your choice is actually something that instantaneously collapses reality into existence, okay? A new reality into existence. Your choice instantaneously collapses timelines. The moment that you decide and you are in a room, so see, sometimes we feel anxiety because we don't know why we're somewhere. When we have a clear intention as we move through this existence, your intention will become your anchor. Your intention will anchor you as you move towards certain things, as you experience certain things. Your intention will anchor you through the journey towards that completion point, towards the completion in the physical. Now, we also have creative fire, which I'm going to go ahead and read for you as well. Creative fire is Perforce. To live your life as a work of art, you must bring love and attention into your words and actions. Whether it's a small, intense flame or a blazing, passionate forge, start consciously creating your life now. And that's exactly what this is. This is conscious creation because things are manifesting faster now than ever before. So there's a certain responsibility around what it is that we choose to act, and also where our non-action will also collapse the opposite result. So don't let the fire go out. To rebuild the flame, take time to go within. Start small, breathe life back into yourself. And then I see you kind of breathing life and animating something into existence. I feel like it's something that you're creating as a creature in your existence, even if it's the way that you're creating your life or rearranging your life right now. Maybe some of you are writing a new story of your life out right now that you want to be able to experience, and you may like this story better, with whatever this is, especially the outcome of what this thing is. You may like that story better and where it leads you. That's confirmation. So this is the god of creation and fire, a wild artist at heart. So you're a wild artist. You know, this feels like you are an artist and you're finally letting yourself express whatever it is that you desire, and the canvas being the story of your life. And you're allowing your identity to stretch without collapsing back into familiarity. I feel like that's the question for you at this stage. How far will you allow your identity to stretch to a version of yourself where you look in the mirror and you no longer recognize who you are because it's not who you were. Instead, you're aligning with a version of self in whom you're becoming. Because anything outside of you, external, can be taken, you can outgrow it, whether that's people, circumstances, things, they can also be altered. But inner safety is something that travels with you, right? As you cross this starting line, across timelines, across thresholds, across identities in different versions of yourself. This inner still sanctuary, one inside of you, doesn't allow change to feel like a loss. When comfort lives outside of you, growth can be something that feels threatening because there is a resistance to change, and change never hurts is our resistance to it, because everything is changing, everything is growing, and everything is evolving in this universal law in which we're all abiding by. When comfort lives within you, the unknown becomes new terrain. You don't see it as apparent danger. Instead, it's turned into an opportunity to lean into where your full potential lies on the other side of what you've allowed yourself to experience up until now. And I'm just seeing you kind of lean into something new, and it feels like an initiation where you're learning to self-regulate, even in expansion. You're learning to self-regulate, even in becoming a version of yourself that is unrecognizable. How much harmony can you sustain within your being, even amongst the changes that are happening, even amongst what can feel chaotic to the ego, being something that is truly comforting and cosmic to the soul's journey? And how well can you honor that? How well can you see a secret order when times appear to be disorderly, okay, or events that seem to be disorderly in your life? Because I'm seeing things fall apart in order to recalibrate and align into place. And I'm seeing a chain begin to form in your or adhere. So it feels like a new connecting point that's happening. Maybe it's a deeper connection that you're fostering with yourself as well. But yeah, how well can you self-regulate an expansion to stay present while old anchors dissolve? You're not being asked to abandon support, but stop outsourcing your sense of comfort. Stop outsourcing your sense of ground. Find that groundedness and stillness even in an earthquake, right? The more you can locate safety within, you can further your identity to stretch without snapping back into familiarity. Because the self in which you're becoming doesn't need old structures to survive. That structure is now, right? That structure is you cultivating a strong, profound sense of self-trust that can't be outsourced. You're not putting your trust in external things or people or places. Instead, that trust is found within you. It travels with you wherever you go, even amongst, life's upturns. Your closing message is, can you remain open when the old self reaches for comfort? Can you stay curious when the nervous system wants certainty? Growth doesn't ask for you to destroy who you were. It asks whether you can hold expansion long enough for it to become home. The familiar will try to reclaim you, not because it's right, but because it's known. This moment isn't about proving anything, it's about your capacity. How much newness can you sustain without contracting back to what once felt safe? Because the self in which you're becoming does not fit inside of the old outline anymore. It's time to color outside of the boxes. The question isn't about you changing, it's more about, will you allow yourself to stay changed? That's what this is. Will you honor the changes and also the choices in which you're being guided to make in order to change your reality to a point beyond return? It's like you're reaching the threshold and you're entering into a point of no return. Once consciousness expands into new dimensions and almost gets a taste of those new stories that begin to play out, that feel so much better aligned with you as this version of self, existing in a high octave, expressing a high octave, and experiencing a high octave of reality, you can no longer return back to your old form. Even if you go back to what used to be your comfort zone, there is a frequency gap, and there becomes this discomfort that has now surpassed the comfort that you once had. So I'm seeing inner safety traveling with you allows you to lean into the new and see it as a nourishing experience, something to be curious about, something to explore, but allow yourself to experience it, because there's beautiful things waiting for you there. So I'm going to love and leave you right there. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing because we'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. And also check out Otter Spirit if you're looking for some high quality AAE graded jewelry. We have the throat chakra collection on today. And this is a small family owned business that handcraft these beautiful AAE graded gemstones. $1 of the proceeds are donated towards auto sanctuaries. You have 2 discount codes for that down below. I don't know if I said that already. It's getting late. But I'm going to speak to you very soon. Until next time. Bye.